What is up, y'all? I'm the Gem and Outdoors, and this is my channel. Welcome back, y'all. So the footage in this video today is unfortunately from a while ago, like most stuff I've posted recently, and I apologize for that. Once I get this place built out to my liking, to exactly how I want it, I will get back to rebuilding, I swear. I swear. But for right now, I'm just posting older content that I didn't post. So anyway, a coworker told me that he had a few cars in his yard from when he moved in like a year ago, which now this is like 2 years ago almost. Anyway, and I was asking him what cars they were and stuff like that because he wanted them out of there. And I don't know why I was wanting a car project, but I was like, yeah, why not? Sure. So he told me it was a Honda, which it ended up being a Hyundai. And then he said a VW Beetle bug. And I was like, that might have some potential. So anyway, here's the footage of me going to get it. So this morning I'm actually headed to get two projects. They're two full-size cars. A coworker has them, and they've been in his yard for a while since he bought the house, and he doesn't want them. They don't have keys, don't have titles, so it's gonna be a little tricky. They're in an odd position. I had to rent a single car trailer, so I'm gonna have to make multiple trips. It has a winch on it, so I'll be able to use that and a snatch block to try to get them out of where they are. But it should be pretty fun, so y'all stay tuned. Let's go pick up the trailer. And of course we got traffic on I-4. Freaking hate this road. I'm actually renting it from the graphic guy. $125 to borrow the trailer for 1 day. It's a little expensive, but it's not too bad for what it is. Sound good, yeah. So we got the trailer and the truck in place. And I got the winch routed through a snatch block through the fence. Try to minimize damage to the VW bug. Try to pull it out right there, and then we can pull it that direction. Gonna take this one home first and then this one. One thing I was unaware of before I started to try to recover these vehicles was how to disconnect the transmission shifter linkage. Mainly because I didn't think there was enough space to be able to access them, because under my truck, like the driver's side, well, basically on the transmission, there's the shifter linkage on the side of it. So I have to get underneath it. Well, I didn't think on these Beetle bugs, and even the Sonata, that it was going to be under the hood, which would make sense for front drive vehicles, but I didn't think to check. So after dragging it through the grass and messing up his yard a little bit, I finally disconnected it. It was under the hood on the right side of the motor, pretty easily accessible. Wish I would have found that out earlier, but you know, it is what it is. I also was not able to turn the steering wheel due to the fact that the steering column was locked because we did not have the keys. So that made it more difficult as well. But I actually ended up breaking the tow hook area, ripped part of the bumper off before I actually discovered that I could disconnect the transmission shifter linkage and put it into neutral. This is unfortunate, but it is what it is. The bumper is going to be coming off the Beetle bug anyway. I said screw it, and I took down the fence because they said they wanted these plants gone anyway. And so can't turn the steering wheel.
Back on I-4 with some bad traffic. But I got the first load with me. I might have to take the second load to work with me and then bring back the trailer the next day. We'll see. Of course, I get a blowout. And this one's not even good. It's got a plug in it, so that one might blow out too.
All right, so I'm back with the cars, and they're just disgusting. And so I'm going to take the pressure washer and do a little bit of detailing to try to get them to look really nice, and then we'll go from there. I got the front of the truck attached to the tongue so it doesn't come up. Got the winch running over on a block all the way to the Beetle bug over here. Hooked to a strap. Hopefully it doesn't bottom out. We'll see. Mess in here. Park, rear, neutral. Ooh. Let's see. Scraping, of course, hitting the radiator.
All right, so the winch did its job. Beetle bug is up on there. Hopefully minimal damage. Got another load. Hopefully this will be smoother than this one.
Okay. Whew. So this was actually from a while ago. In the video, you can see that I had to unload the vehicles in the back of my warehouse. And that's because I didn't have this place yet. So I actually had to end up moving the Beetle bug on a trailer to this location. A little bit of backstory on the Sonata. I ended up selling the Sonata later in the week for an actual profit. So it didn't have a title or anything. So it kind of covered my expenses like renting the trailer, my fuel, and then it also covered a few more things and also covered buying the Beetle bug too. So it paid itself off, paid off the Beetle bug, paid for fuel, and paid for the rental, which was awesome. So, because I didn't really care about the Sonata, I didn't even know if it ran, I didn't know anything about it. But I was pretty happy to sell it, and so now I only had one car that was, on my responsibility now. So the Beetle bug has some serious plans ahead. Biggest thing is just getting a title for it and getting it running. So I've worked on it a little bit, but not much. It's a diesel. It's a turbo diesel. I'm super excited. I got some big plans with it. I'll probably do another off-roading build, like a Baja bug, which it would be a little bit different than the cool vintage Baja bugs because, well, it's not vintage. It's like the girl Beetle. Everyone knows that's not a very masculine Beetle bug. But, I'm going to have some fun with it if I can get it running. I actually am going to get some wheels and tires for it, probably lift it, probably put some cool racking systems on it, probably become my beater. We'll see. It'll probably become my my car version of this bike. My off-roading, beat to heck kind of bike, except the car version. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully I can build a sweet quality vehicle because there's a lot of ghetto built of these Beetle bugs. There's not really high quality built ones, which I don't want to spend a fortune or a ton of time, but I do want to make a quality build. We'll see. We'll see if I can even get it running, honestly. It's a turbo diesel. Haven't really worked with diesel motors that much. I actually have owned mostly diesels, which is surprising. I've never worked on a diesel motor to the extent that I'm going to have to on this one. This one apparently is going to be pretty easy. It's an inline 4-cylinder diesel. So we'll see. We'll see. It's got I think it's all mechanical fuel pump, mechanical injectors, all that kind of, mostly mechanical, which is good. But we'll see. But for right now, this is what it looks like.
So in my junky barn, which the lights don't even work. You hear anyway, crappy lights. Anyway, ignore all the crap in here. I got the quad, I got the YZ still, I got my mower. But here it is, just sitting in here, waiting to be worked on. It's cleaned up, which it's actually dirty again. But I messed with some stuff already. It's got a bunch of stuff torn apart. But hopefully I can get it running. And I actually will show y'all what I got for wheels and tires. I got 5 Jeep Wrangler rims and 4 almost brand new, I think Duratrax, Goodyear Duratrax. They're super great condition. Literally no dry rot. And then there's one stock tire at the end. which will be probably a roof mounted tire. We'll see. I got to do some serious lift and some wheel spacers / adapters. So it's going to be really interesting. Hopefully I can get it to run. That's the biggest issue. I don't know if it doesn't run. I don't know if I want to rebuild the motor because that's a pretty big feat and could cost a lot. So, but for right now, she's just going to sit there until I can work on her, like every other project, unfortunately. But anyway, catch you on the flip side.